Well, hey there, cuckoo bird. How are you today?
Very good.
You're pretty good. Hey, I got a question for you, little cuckoo bird. Do you like to fly?
No,
What?
no.
You don't like to fly very well. Well, I can see why. You don't have very big flappy wings, and you just sort of look a little grumpy most of the time. But cuckoo bird, you know that most birds fly.
I don't care.
You don't care. Well, all right. Well, I guess we're not going to get anywhere with this conversation with Cuckoo Bird. He's a little grumpy today. Boy, he needs a smile on his face. But most birds fly. I think we know that. Although there are some birds like Cuckoo Bird and some other birds that don't fly as well. But Cuckoo Bird, did you ever hear of crows?
Yeah, I don't like them.
Oh, you don't like crows. Well, did you ever hear the phrase "as the crow flies"?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, so you've heard the phrase "as the crow flies." Do you know what that means?
I don't care.
Oh, you don't care. All right. Well, I'm going to tell our friends here what that phrase means. As the crow flies. Usually, when we hear somebody say, as the crow flies, it means flying in a straight line and by the most direct or shortest route. In fact, you can think if you're a bird in the air and you're getting somewhere, you fly pretty straight. Here on Earth, when we drive in our cars or walk, we have to go around things and the roads wind around or the paths wind around, and it's not often that straight line. But birds in the air, and especially crows, can fly somewhere in a pretty direct route. And so when they say as the crow flies, it means they are flying straight. And birds are looking for food, and so they're trying to be efficient in their use of their energy and their time, and so they usually try to fly between the shortest distance between 2 points. Apparently, somebody came up with this phrase as the crow flies in the late 18th century or sometime. But we could say, from here to the office, it's 30 miles by car since you have to wind around the mountain. However, it's about 20 miles as the crow flies. Now, I can imagine that there are always sometimes that we would wish that we could be a bird and get to wherever we're going faster. Because we know as we drive to places that not all roads are straight. We drive on crooked roads, and it does take sometimes longer to get somewhere because we have to go around things. And if we were birds, like, well, I'm not sure if we want to be like him, but if we were birds, we could get to places faster. Yeah, and sometimes we have to take detours. Getting somewhere as the crow flies is probably not something we will ever be able to accomplish in our lives. However, there are times where the paths we take or the journeys we are on could be made straighter or smoother if we would invite God's presence and God's direction into our lives. If we would look at our life as being a journey of roads, we would say that our destination is from birth to grave, from young to old, and we would think that it should be a straight line, but it's often winding around different things that we do. And even as we follow God, sometimes our paths aren't always the straightest. But God has some advice for us. In Isaiah 43:16 to 19, there's some reflection on how the children of Israel wandered around for a long time. They were definitely not going straight as the crow flies on their way to the promised land. But here's what God said. Long ago, the Lord opened a way for his people to go through the Red Sea, and he made a path through the mighty waters. But the Lord says, forget the things that happened in the past. Do not keep on thinking about them. I'm about to do something new. It is beginning to happen even now. Don't you see it coming? I am going to make a way for you to go through the desert. So even in times of life where things seem to be a bit crooked and we're detoured or the road is a little winding, God is making ways for us. Psalm 27:11 says, Lord, teach me your ways. Lead me along a straight path. Yeah, we have to look to God for guidance. Psalm 25:4 says, Lord, show me your ways. Teach me how to follow you. Well, we may never be able to get somewhere as fast as a bird or as the crow flies. However, we do have the option and we do have the directive to look to God and to seek his ways and remember that he has promised to make our paths straight. So, Cuckoo Bird, today, I wish for you a really good day. You seem to be a little, just grumpy.
I don't care.
All right, well, he doesn't care. So I hope you care, and I hope that you have a day that's filled with joy and a day that's filled with peace and straight paths.